Don't forget to check out the Twitch live stream every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific. Twitch.tv/X underscore UtterChaos underscore X. Now on to your featured video.
Welcome to the Weekend Review. I am your host, Ace McTavish. And we're going to start off the fourth European season in the My Player, making our first preseason tournament appearance for Manchester City. A difficult group in the Invitational Cup. It's Juventus, Wolfsburg, and Inter Milan making out the rest of our group. And then two Spanish giants being the dominant duo in the opposite foursome. To Saudi Arabia to face Juventus in the first group stage match. The Italians would strike first. Coleman intercepts the throw, pushes it to Gantz, who slides it through the donuts, and a looping first-time ball beats Lawler at the far post. 1-0 4 minutes in. Manchester City would draw equal in the 29th minute. So Delph, with some fancy footwork, finds Boney, who rifles in one of his own. It would stay that way for the next hour. When Harry Kane would squeeze between the center backs and coolly put home the winner with the last kick of the game. It's a 2-1 defeat to start the preseason, but we do have some transfer rumor news to report. Bayern Munich have been asking around about signing Nelson away from England, which is quite interesting. Match day 2 would bring the German side Wolfsburg, first ever meeting. We interrupt the highlight in progress to give some breaking news. It appears Bayern Munich have shown some interest in young Bill Nelson, even inquiring as to buyout clauses in his current deal. No official offers as of yet, but potentially a huge move in store for the Scotsman. Now back to your feature highlight. But the match ends up scoreless and the side split the points. The final group stage match would be against the group leaders, Inter Milan. All four teams, though, still alive with a chance to advance on. With time running out in the first half, Andrew Moy releases Nelson, a perfect pass with a great run, slips it just underneath the keeper for a 1-0 lead at the break. That lead would hold until midway through the second half when Inter go way of Route 1 and Turbo gathers it in. A nice cut inside, quality finish in the side netting. And both sides kept at it with 10 minutes left in the match. An errant flick off the head of Vincent Kompany finds the Turbo at the back post and a nice volleyed finish. He finishes with a break and knocks City out of the tourney. Not an ideal start to the season, but there would be one more preseason battle, a trip to Wembley Stadium to face Tottenham for the Community Shield. Neither side finding a goal in regulation. It goes straight to penalties, and with 3 of the first 4 missed or saved, Nelson would step with a chance to make it 3-1. Good guys, but it's saved by Lloris. Then up 3-2 Milic with a chance to extend, but hero Joe Hart gets a big paw on it. The silverware goes to Manchester, salvaging the start of the season. Enjoy for the moment. For Nelson accepting his 6th straight shield as curiosity surrounds his possible exit from Manchester. Offers from Ajax, Bordeaux, Levante, Porto, Werder Bremen have reportedly been turned down as he looks for higher levels of competition, preferably Champions League action. But that's going to round out my player portion of this episode. Now let's take a look at the career manager. With their 15-game unbeaten streak halted at the end of last episode, Bolton looked to start another as we get things started back off in the League Cup quarterfinals. White Hart Lane versus Tottenham. 1-1 draw in the league earlier in the season. Mostly big-name clubs left in play as, at this stage, the path to the silverware gets tougher. The cup rotation would deliver into the first half. Vela with a nice through ball for Jan Villiers, who takes it straight at goal. Low cross, and Patrick Hall is there to touch it home. The goal would hold, and it's off to the semifinals of the League Cup. Returning to league action, Everton make the short trip up from Liverpool as Bolton are trying to stay towards the top of the table as we near the midpoint of the season. Match day 14 wouldn't exactly go our way scoreless through the first half, and we remained that way until the 84th minute when Price parries the shot into the dangerous spot, and the rebound shot caroms off Price into the net. Niasse celebrates, but an own goal awarded to Price. That would be the second straight loss in the league, third straight league match without a goal. Somewhere where we haven't had problems scoring, the Champions League final group stage game takes us to face Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu in second place, still up for grabs as Bolton have punched their ticket on to the knockout stages. It would be a magical day for one man, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, first half hat trick as he strikes in the 17th, 28th, and 45th minutes, and the will of Madrid had been crushed at halftime, and the big man wasn't done. He added another in the second half for the Hambone, wrapping up 4-0 win, knocking out Los Blancos from the tournament and adding $18.5 million into the coffers. A trip to face Middlesbrough at Riverside Stadium would surely help Bolton get back to winning ways in the league. 2 wins and 2 draws in 4 previous meetings versus the East Coast club. The home side would find the back of the net early in the second half. Nobody tracking on the cross, and Jordan Rhodes nearly misses on the volley, bouncing it in at the near post. Speculation after the match was Bolton manager UtterChaos could be on the hot seat after 3 consecutive losses and the team's inability to score in league play. 2 Manchester derbies to finish off the episode this week. First up, the Red Devils make a visit to take on Bolton. United, a loaded side, especially in the attack. It would be Alexander Lacazette with a defensive hustle there, stealing possession at midfield and supply passing straight through the middle of the Bolton defenders, leading to the first goal. And there's really not a lot Price could do about that one. Just minutes later, Bolton would find themselves down 2 goals as Martial cross finds Juan Mata wide open at the back post. And it's looking like a blowout 20 minutes in. Bolton would finally score one of their own. Pinpoint perfect pass from Van Bergen just out of the reach of Daley Blind. And Jay Bennett is there to slip it underneath. Well, a keeper not named De Gea. It would not be enough in the end, and it's the 4th loss in a row, tumbling down the table they go. And wrapping up this episode, it's a derby, another one at Burnley this time. It would end up scoreless, same as the previous 2 meetings versus this Greater Manchester squad. But that is going to wrap up this week's episode of The Week in Review. I've been Ace McTavish. See you next week.